What's up everybody, how you girls doing today? We're closing in on the end of the Heroes of the Storm beta. The game is going to be released next week, and I still have a couple of games that I really want to show you. A few of the matches that have been sent in by viewers as well, which have absolutely been amazing. And one of the games is the match that you're going to see today. It's a game on Blackheart's Bay, and it was a quick match, and apparently the teams were queuing as 5-man stacks. So there is a bit of coordination during those, and the level in general is not too bad. The builds are pretty normal. We're going to talk a bit about the plays that we see here, but it's of course still a quick match. So you basically play it for fun. This is not one of the tournament games, this is not one of the Hero League matches, but I can promise you that this game is pretty intense. So guys, make sure that you get some popcorn, that you get something to drink, because you're going to enjoy this one. So relax and enjoy the match on Blackheart's Bay, a pretty epic battle here, and we're going to jump into the game without further ado.
Alright everybody, welcome to our Blackheart's Bay here, and let's introduce our players here on the map. This is a quick match with a 5-man queue, as I already told you before, but this is going to be a pretty fun one. So to the left side we have the War Chief. It is Thrall, played by Moses here. We have Mother Teresa, of course, on a healer. What else? I'm not even going to try to pronounce this guy's name, but yeah, we have a Tyrell in the team, and Yaki is playing the Lost Vikings here, whereas Zadira is playing Zagara. To the right side of the map we have the red team, of course, or sorry, the blue team that is, and it is Eso on Rhaegar, Malkimorte on Tychus, Elandril playing on Illidan, Orongios on Abathur, and Sothis on Muradin. So, this is going to be a fun one. Let's look at the team compositions a bit closer. We're having, of course, for both teams, one dedicated healer on both sides. It is Rhaegar, as this was a quick match. And, well, we have that game at a pretty decent level, so when it comes down to the builds, it's usually what you would expect here. So we're going to talk about those a bit, especially since we're, of course, having a Rhaegar on each side. But already in the mid lane, quite a lot of pressure here from both of the teams. We're having a 4-man for each team on the lane. One Rhaegar up at the top. Mother Teresa doesn't really know if she wants to join the violence here or not. Probably a bit reluctant. I don't blame her with her history. We're having also, there comes Illidan already jumping in, going straight for Tyrael, and that Stormbolt, at least from Thos, is not hitting. If we're looking at the level 1 talents, we're having for Abathur a build with pressurized glance, of course, going to try to support Illidan here throughout the game, and the chests are up on the map, and we immediately have a move at the top lane from both of the teams to try and get those coins, but it is the red team who gets most of them, but a few end up in the hands of the blue team, and especially Moses on his Thrall is in danger. A good grenade from Malkimorte pushes him back, and the coins end up in the hands of the red team, and they really needed them, because at the bot lane we have Abathur trying to soak the lane right now. That allowed the Vikings to get all of the coins here, so the red team really needed to make sure that they get the lanes here up at the top, so that they at least get an even split. Mother Teresa apparently decided that she is a bit angry and wants to dish out the damage, prevents the turn-in from the red team. A rotation down to the bot lane by Illidan is putting a bit of pressure on Tyrael, and of course Rongus on his Abathur is already helping out here. We're having Muradin in this case with an interesting build, going for block on level 1, apparently really trying to be extra tanky, jumping in deep already against 4, needs to be super careful here. Abathur is already here to help him out, but Sothis has to move back, shouldn't have a problem with that, but yeah, that was a bit too deep. Elandril on the other hand, on Illidan, already starting to move in again. Another Stormbolt here from Muradin, and Malkimorte, the whole team is starting to rotate. Abathur by now taking position up at the top lane for the additional soak, trying to get those experience points, and there comes immediately Rhaegar with another slow totem, trying to get the first kill in here. So far we had one kill, that's all, but as you can already see in regards to the talents, we're having a pretty straightforward build on the side of Tychus, going straight for the armor piercing rounds on level 1, so the overkill build for him. We're having Tyrael on level 1 with a smite talent, going for the extra damage against heroes. The Vikings with Viking Horde, no big surprise there. And Rhaegar is still going on the healing totem, at least when it comes down to the Rhaegar for the blue team. On the red side, we're having the reduced mana cost for the chain heal, which is of course one of the talents that is getting a bit more popular these days, because healing ward just is not as strong as it was anymore. Got a bit nerfed. For Zagara, we're having Reconstitution taken on level 1. Zagara, of course, great hero to take. Illidan actually dying here. Apparently not really able to take down the heroes up at the top, or maybe he went down at the bot lane where he was positioned earlier and missed that one, but we're not missing that Zagara kill in the mid lane, so both of the teams really aiming for the first few kills here. Ace just barely getting away. And Zagara, of course, one of the heroes that can give you a whole lot of control over the map with those creep tumors. But so far, Zagara not really putting down too many of them, so needs probably be a bit more tenacious about that. But we're having quite a few heroes on the red side's team that can really kill those creep tumors pretty fast. So there's with Abathar at the top, Mother Teresa in trouble. Moses is trying to go for a slow, doesn't get it, but Rhaegar gets away in this case. Moses once again going straight forward. Thrall, the War Chief, he wants to get the kill here, but he goes in a bit too deep, and with the help of Abathar, this is another kill for the red team. As Illidan gets chased, Abathar is trying to help him out here. It might be already a bit too late since Tyrell is jumping in, and there goes Illidan. Pretty hectic game here at the start. A lot of kills on both sides. In total 5 deaths already. We're having Feral Heart taken on the side of both Rhaegars for both of the teams. We also see for Zagara not the full creep tumor build, but instead it is the more common talent Envenom Spines on level 4. We're also seeing an Envenom on the side of Thrall. Thrall actually, with a lot of the builds that we're seeing these days, focusing a bit more on the wolves in general. We've seen full wolf builds. There's another fight at the turn in already. The blue team wants to get the last coin in to get the first ghost ship barrage, and Illidan with the help of Abathar might get away. No, not quite. Moses just barely getting in range of him and taking him down here. Zadira might be in a bit of trouble, is apparently going for the chest, but gets followed by not only 1, 2, but 3 heroes. Needs to be extra careful here and already backing off. Tyrael is taking the wrong way for sure, tries to move back, recognizing his mistake here, and jumps away with a sword, but could still die, and he does, to the minions in this case actually. So we're having already another kill for the red team. They are 4 kills against 3 right now and are going for Zadira, but Zagara is escaping here. So far the blue team is actually doing pretty well when it comes down to the objectives. They get the first one in the game and they already apply pressure to the mid lane therefore. The overkill build on Tychus is currently being followed through with another talent taken on level 4. For Abathar, we are seeing on level 4 now Adrenal Overlord, so the full focus on the individual symbiote build. We're having also a Piercing Bolt on level 7, together with Thunderburn on level 4 for Muradin. The build on Muradin is actually a bit weird. Normally what you would like to do in a case like that is probably go, oh, there comes another Storm Bolt, and this time Mother Teresa with the 3 coins is not gonna make it. Eso jumps in, and that's 3 more coins for the red team. But as I was about to say, the build that we're seeing with Muradin, not something that you see too often. He's a very tanky hero in general, doesn't really need that block on level 1. You either see him go for Reverberation if you will for the Thunderclap build, or you will see on level 1 the perfect storms that you increase the damage on your Q. That is usually followed up by Piercing Bolt on level 7 and also an additional talent on level 4 for Storm Bolt. In this case, it's a bit of a hybrid build that he's going for. We have Elandrill and the rest of the red team trying to go straight into the mid again. Another attempt to turn him by the blue team. Here comes Solthis on his Muradin, jumping in deep, going straight for the first Thunderclap. They're taking position here. Vision granted on the other hand. In comes Illidan again, but he needs to be careful. Doesn't have a lot of assistance. Abathar's finally starting to jump in. Here comes Tyrael at the front line. Illidan is once again using his swipe. Goes in a bit too deep and dies first. It's 5 versus 4 all of a sudden, with the Vikings trying to apply some additional pressure. And Solthis on Muradin moving back away. Mother Teresa is covering the retreat for now towards the turning point, so that they can finally get that full turn in. Tychus hasn't picked this talent yet. We expect, of course, first aid to be taken here. That's the same talent that Illidan already chose to go for. We have follow through on the level 7 talent for Thrall. The extra damage that was applied to the talent in this patch is making the talent very, very attractive all of a sudden. You do 40% extra damage here instead of the 25 that it did before, which is actually pretty damn sweet. The build on Tyrael, we have Smite on level 1 and then an Amplified Healing on level 4, which makes, of course, a lot of sense considering that he is the only real tank in the game. We have another melee with the Vikings and also Thrall, but still he's the tanky person at the front. Abathar apparently going a bit too deep here, must have been a misclick, and he moved out and got immediately punished for that, so that puts them in a bit of an awkward spot. Mistakes like that happen on Abathar. I don't think that anybody that plays Abathar has never experienced himself being suddenly out on the minimap for some reason because of a simple misclick, and that's exactly what went down here. 5.25 kills for the red team, and we have 6 kills for the blue team, and they're really starting to take some momentum. With that turn-in that they already had earlier, they took down the first few towers. They have a very, very low fort that they could always snipe in the mid, and they are close to level 10. They actually are about to get their heroic ability in just a few seconds, doing really well here thus far, and starting to steal away camps from the red team too. The red team under a lot of pressure here. Not only did they lose quite a few heroes, but they also also lost the map control that they gained earlier. Mother Teresa in the mid lane is soaking experience. Oh, and gets away from the triple gank that was just going down there. Thosis is trying to turn his coins in, but so far it's really just the blue team that is getting their turn-ins there. Zagara is trying to control the space in the mid lane so that they always can cancel any kind of tribute turn-in attempts or coin turn-in attempts by the red team, and so far they're doing well with that. In regards to the talents, we have an interesting one on Tyrell with Angel's Grace on level 7. It gives him a bit more mobility. You don't see it all that often. Battle momentum is for most Tyrell players the weapon of choice, but in this case we're actually seeing him going for a very, very mobile build, at least thus far. He's already a hero that can speed himself up and always jump to the sun. That's exactly what he's trying to do here. Goes in once again. Elandrill had to use Metamorphosis to get away from the fight. We have Monstrosity taking Ancestral Healing. Moses actually trying to get away here, but this time Thosis is going in for the kill, and we already have Tychus with Odin hunting down Zagara, at least trying to. Elandrill is moving in too, and he could just go in for another dive. Maybe he's trying to. Does he have the cooldown ready again? Yeah, Zagara's got to be trapped here. She is a bit too far out, and Illidan, of course, is not a hero to not punish you for a move like that. Goes in and gets the kill. But at the bot lane, the Vikings are doing work. They weren't really with a team, so they're starting to do a bit of damage there. They still have jump ready. They go for the go and try to rush away here. Where's that jump? Not being used. Must have been in cooldown. A few coins taken by the red team, and they're trying to turn those in again. Oh, Yakia here with... Oh, Balog is just barely getting away there, thanks to Tyrael with his shield that he used in the last second. We have, of course, Sundering taken on Thrall. Oh, and Judgment on Illidan! They're going to go for him! The shield is still there, and Tyrael was just going a bit too deep. Eric, I think he could have gotten Illidan there, to be honest with you. He waited way too long, and by now the cooldown on Asos Rhaegar is ready again for another chain heal, and that's exactly what he uses. Up in the mid lane, Mother Teresa trying to turn in the coins. Level 12 versus level 11 right now. The even talents for the two teams. We're having also Evolved Monstrosity taking it. Illidan is so low! He can't get away here, can he? Yakia moves in on Balog, but they don't get the kill against Illidan. At least it doesn't look like it. They're still trying to hunt him down. Maybe now the chance for them to get him. But no, Thrall is just a bit too slow. Illidan escapes here in the last second. Still a slight experience lead for the blue team. And talking about coins, we have 23 coins by now on the side of the red team. They're just not able to turn them in. The blue team, when it comes to control, is doing a great job on this map now, making sure that nobody is able to get to that turn-in spot. Zagara, of course, providing vision. Mother Teresa being attacked, has to use Ancestral Healing for herself. And here comes the root against Illidan. Illidan goes down before Aso can get his ultimate through. Very well played here by the blue team. They're trying to go for an additional kill on maybe the Odin here. Mother Teresa already moving back, but Thrall, the war chief, he's in the thick of things. He's trying to move in once again, and he gets the kill against Tychus. Aso and Rhaegar, a bit unfortunate here. The second Ancestral Healing in a row that just barely doesn't hit in time. Here comes Tyrael. Does he have his heroic up? It seems that he does, but he didn't go for Rhaegar. Could have been a potential kill for them again. Imposing will taken on a level 7 for him, and it's another turn-in. The third turn-in in the game for the blue team, and that of course is going to apply additional pressure, especially to the top lane and the bot lane. Already another 4 about to go down, and that just cements the position of the blue team. The early talent leads here against the red team, stealing away the camps again thanks to the map vision that they have, thanks to the control, thanks to the dominance and fights, and they're trying to use that again. Wind Fury now taken, or the Wind Fury talent, Grace of Air taken on level 13 for Thrall in this case. They're also having another shield talent with Stormcaller. Here comes the Judgment, and Tyrael judge Tychus to not be fit. He took him down here, but they don't get the coins. Can they take down Rhaegar? That would give them 9. They're trying to go for it. Sundering already being used, and Rhaegar goes down. The coins taken. Split amongst Illidan, Tychus, and Thrall in this case. They're already moving back here once again. An interesting talent on Rhaegar on level 13 here. So the cooldown from the Lightning Shield is reduced, as well as the mana cost. You can spam it a bit more often. Normally you would see a Feral Lunge on this level, but you could also see the Healing Surge, but neither one of those has been taken. Uh-oh, what is Abatha doing over here? Runga is once again apparently with a bit of a misclick, realizes it and starts to move away. Probably his team was just like, hey dude, like, what are you doing? And he's like, what are you talking about? Well, you're right there in the fight. And he's like, oh, yeah, should probably correct that. Talking about the talents that we are seeing on Zagara, we haven't really talked about her too much. The Maw, of course, on level 10, Rapid Incubation on level 7, a very common talent to take for her. Could have taken Endless Creep here, I suppose, but didn't. And we're seeing now the focus on Mutilis, the Hunter-Killer talents on level 13. That's what you really want to go for. The turn-in again. It's another ghost ship for the blue team. They really control this match now, don't they? But the talents are exactly the same. 13 against 15 now. We're having a Giant Killer on Illidan. He goes for the more aggressive version. Does not get his evasion talent on 13. Of course, after Needle Spine taken on level 7, we now have Soma Transference taken on Abathar, who's still following through with that symbiote build. It's a bit interesting that he didn't go on a map like Blackheart's Bay for a potential mule, so decided to just go for the full damage on his hero. And yeah, well, talking about damage, Sothis is starting to move in against Mother Teresa with another Storm Bolt, could lock her down, but doesn't just yet. Abathar, of course, is with them. That's 14 coins on Mirrodin. In comes Tyrael. Are they going to lose those now too? Here comes the Judgment. Avatar's already been used. Malkimoto on his Tigers is trying to do what he can, at the same time Sundering being used by Thrall. Illidan jumps in with a Metamorphosis. This might be the chance of the red team turn things around. Odin already being used. The more isolates one. Drill is low, is too low, and dies. And now it is hunting season once again. Thosis is trying to rush away, save those coins at least for later turn in. 14 coins on both sides for both of the team, and now we're having the level 16 talent also ready for the blue team. That gives us another Wind Fury talent with a Tempest Fury here. The final 3 strikes on the side of Thrall. We have 1 Blood for Blood, and interestingly no Blood for Blood on Tyrael, but instead Blade of Justice. He really seems to like those Druid Might talents, one on level 7, the other one on level 13 now. So it's a lot about mobility and damage for this bad boy, and he's been using it. We're having, for Zagara, standard build going for the Brood expansion with the 2 charges of Hunter Killer on level 16, and now finally the turn in. Nope, Yaka is there. Eric, the cheeky one, goes straight in, and there comes the boat. Maybe a little bit premature, is trying to just make sure that they don't get the turn and get stunned out there, but they're jumping in once again, and this is another turn in attempt from the blue team, and they have 14 coins. They could get another ghost ship. So far, the red team hasn't turned in a single coin. Not one. Not 1 coin. By the way, no Relentless taken on the side of Tychus. Instead, he went for the Lead Rain on 13 for the extra slow. With that setup that we're seeing for the blue team, Relentless would probably have been pretty nice for him. At this point, though, we're having the Vikings in a bit of trouble. They went way too deep. First one down, second one down. Olaf is, or Balog, is he going to get away? Looks like he will, but the rest of the team is also in trouble, since suddenly they are... Oh, there comes the kill against Tigers, but also Illidan jumping in. He gets more. Sothis with his 14 coins. I think he had that for the entire duration of the game. A dwarf likes his money. He's going in with a stun, but this time the root is there and Moses takes the coins. The dwarf got a bit too greedy. We all know that story. They were digging too deep, and they unleashed the power of Thrall and Tychus in this case. So once again, the red team is getting one full in the face, and well, they really need their 16 talent. They are fighting way too many fights now, being at a disadvantage, and of course it's quite difficult when you try to avoid your opponent from turning in additional coins and getting another ghost ship, but they are really struggling, and they already lost the first keep in the mid lane because of it. So right now, they are in trouble, and in a lot of it. The kill count here, 14 kills against 10, so it's not like the red team isn't getting their kills in. It's just like when it comes to map objectives, map control, turning in coins, this is where they really struggle. And another ghost ship for the blue team. I mean, they just don't stop. These guys don't know how to stop. They take down another keep, and that leaves now the red team in a very, very dire situation. The bottom keep is the only one that they can rely upon. So maybe 2 more turn-ins, and the objectives alone are going to finish this game or for the blue team. So right now, this is like do or die. At this point, the red team, they really have to get their act together, because if they don't, then they will lose this game. And we have them with the 16 talent now. So this is actually the chance that they have. Boss is up at the top lane. Is it going to become a throw pit, because the red team is starting to rotate over there, but the boss is nearly done already. Lightning Born taken on level 16 here for Rhaegar. No blood for blood, 1 stone skin, and here they come. They're moving in. Who's going to take the boss? Illidan is going straight for the Metamorphosis immediately. Everybody's jumping in. Look at this fight. Down goes Tychus. Another Sundering being used. and the boss ends up in the hands of the blue team, but the fight isn't over just yet. Ezo's trying to heal and drill out, goes for the chain heal once again. Illidan going for it, taking down the first one, gets healed, he kills, I see kills Rhaegar as well after he took down Tyrael, and the entire team except for Zagara is getting wiped. Zagara actually down at the bot lane going for the chest, and Yake was missing as well, so no longbow. They were a bit too greedy and they got punished, but they're still taking coins. They're still taking the coins, and this boss is not the only thing that is threatening the core now. The boss is moving in, and at the same time there's also another bruiser camp that is on the way, so a lot of pressure against the core, and amidst all of that we're having additional turn-ins in the mid lane. The blue team, they lost a lot of heroes, they are only one level ahead of their opponents. Sothis, the dwarf with the greed, again going straight for the chest in the mid lane, and he's getting it, but they are losing him. They are losing hit points on the core. They are losing hit points already, 90%. That's where the mule would come in really handy on Abathur, but they have not been taking it. And well, that's one of the reasons why Abathur, when it comes to damage, is actually not looking too bad. 30,000 is not too shabby. Illidan, of course, a bit better, and Tychus is taking the lead for the red team. When it comes to damage in general, he's actually the one who's leading the charts right now, just before Rhaegar and, sorry, not Rhaegar, but of course Thrall and Zagara appear on the board. So in regards to the talents, once again, we're closing in on level 20 for the blue team. Zadira led Rain, slowing her down. Creep tumors are helping out with that a bit, but that's already Abathur. They need to move back. That's just too much trouble brewing there. Oh, nice dash here in the last second by Tychus. That was a close one. Yeah, he nearly died there. Elandril is moving in again. That's another team fight opportunity that they have. The Vikings at the top lane. No Vikings, no Vikings. They're going for Thrall, and they get him! Thrall is dead. A good more by Zadira, but still, they stay around. They don't disengage. Why would you do that? Mother Teresa is in trouble trying to heal herself. Rhaegar dead. Another stun against Tyrael, and they're trying to jump him. Illidan is doing Illidan things. He's going for it. One jump after another. The Vikings are finally making an appearance, but it's already a bit too late. They're trying to prevent the turn in, but there's already the red team going straight for that. Down to the bot lane. Zadira is also down now, so another kill for the red team. They're starting to take the momentum here. The longboat is ready, and in comes Tyrael. Once again, he's trying to turn things around, but we're having Eso moving in. He could go for another chain heal. He doesn't really have to just yet, and the Vikings as well as Tyrael, they get away there in the last second. Level 20 is now on the board for the blue team. They're relying on one Storm Shield. We have them with the Nexus Blades on Tyrael. A very aggressive move by Tyrael. Oftentimes you will see Hardened Shield taken on him, especially in a situation like this where he is the solo tank for the team. Another Nexus Blade for Thrall. So you can really see that in those fights they're trying to gain the momentum and just roll over the opponent's team. It's not going to be an easy task though, since now we have the level 20 talent also on the board for the red team. They still have only one keep at the bot lane, and they already lost damage on the core, but we have here Storm Shield, we have Nexus Frenzy for Tychus, which is going to be great. Demonic Foam, of course, a great talent for Illidan to take here, and Hive Mind, which is going to help Abathur a lot in those fights to dish out additional damage. Let's not forget also about Myrddin here with a Hardened Shield. Getting that dwarf to die is not going to be an easy task at all. It's already a bit of a nuisance before level 20, but with a Hardened Shield, this is definitely a struggle. Bot lane, the Bruiser camp taken just in the last second before Eso and Elandril are appearing here, and the turn-in. Keep that turn-in in mind. 5 coins so far. They need 22, and down here it's only the keep. There's only the keep and the core. That's the only structures that they still have, and a massive, massive turn-in now for the blue team. 5 coins on the side of the red team. 9 coins already turned in, and that's another 6. They need 7 more coins, and they will do a significant amount of damage to the core. The bot lane being deep pushed. Map control, that's what you're aiming for right now. Tychus going in deep, maybe a bit too deep. Has no business there. He's being jumped by 2, by 3, by 4. They go for him, and they tear shield, Stone Skin. They go for the kill and they get it. In comes Illidan with Metamorphosis though. Did they chase too deep? Can they stand this here? Sundering being used, maybe not the best one. The Maw actually blocking Moses, not doing more than that. That Maw did not help the blue team at all. They are losing Tyrael already, and Elandril is going for Rhaegar. He's gonna get him. He's gonna get him for sure. And they're trying to get now Zadira as well. But there is a completed turn-in. Nope, there's none. He still needs their 7 coins. There's a lot of pressure, but no turn-in just yet. So in this case, the heroic abilities that Sundering didn't do anything of Thrall, and well, that Maw blocked Thrall more than it did do any good for the blue team, so that was a bit of a missed opportunity there for the blue team to maybe end the game. We have up in the mid lane, oh my god, look at those as an Abathur! Oh my god! Zagara, the queen is dead. Moses is apparently not afraid to fight the dwarf. I would be very careful with that, especially since Rhaegar is now starting to move in. With an Abathur just always ready to jump in with the symbiote, you should not go 1 against 2, or basically 3 in this case. And Elandrill is on his way now too. Moses with a casual suicide in the mid lane is going down, and now the red team wants to go for boss. This game is far from being over. The push, of course, all those lanes pushing against the red team's core the entire time up to the top lane. The Vikings are still there. Vikings, when it comes to the siege damage, he had 130,000 by the way, but the hero damage not too impressive just yet. Yakia is losing the longboat, and he is going to lose all of those Vikings too, isn't he? They're jumping in already, trying to get Eric, yes, and Olaf is going to lose his 3 coins too as well. Keep in mind that we're having still an drill up at the top here, trying to go for the boss. He's basically doing this solo at this point. Needs to be careful. Abathur is trying to help out, but there's also a lot of fights happening in the mid lane. The kill count 16 to 21. The red team took the lead in kills. Finally, we have somebody helping Illidan out. He was already saying like, hey guys, I'm already blind. That's a bit of a handicap there, but doing this solo is just a bit too much. So could somebody please move over here and give me a hand? And they do. In the case of Tigers, it's also machine gun. Take the boss, and now suddenly there's a bit of pressure against the blue team. Keep in mind, we've been talking a lot about the red team. 1 keep, that's all that they have, but just look at the blue team here. They have all their structures still intact. The inner circle is there. So this boss is, of course, quite a big deal 24 minutes in, but you can defend against that. And they are still in a position where they only need 4 coins, and that's what they are getting right now in the mid lane. Nobody is taking care of Illidan, of Tyrael. Nobody is there. They get the turn in, and now all of a sudden it's another turn in against the red team. And you all know what that means. They are going to lose points on the core. That keep is not going to stop the ghost ship. Already the hits are raining down on the keep, and it's going to go down. Zadira, on the other hand, is probably going to share that fate. We're having, Zagara trying to escape here. Those Maws that we're seeing from Zagara, I mean, he gets like 1, but that's about it. The Mutalisk nearly killing Rhaegar here, and by now, of course, it's also the attack towards the core. The shield is helping out, don't get me wrong. Like, that shield is really helping quite a bit, but of course, that core is losing hit points. Bam, another 2 are going to hit any second now. I'm going to put that core basically down to roughly 58 points. 58%, that is. And that also means that the next turn-in would end the game in favor of the blue team. But they are still going really way too deep. Look at Tyrael. What is he doing there? Dude, you have no business there. You get lost, use Google Maps. It really, really helps. You went way too far to the right side. At least all alone as you were. Looks like the Vikings are at least going to try and get a few more camps to apply more pressure. If they can keep that pressure up against the red team and just put them in their base, that would be nice. But at this point, there's chaos on the map. This is just chaos. What at the beginning of the match was still a bit of an organized calls and organized movements across the map is by now just complete and utter chaos. Heroes everywhere trying to get camps, trying to go for coins, trying to go for the turn. And everybody's just trying to finish this game somehow. Moses about to die once again. Mother Teresa is trying to get away there to the wolf form apparently in cooldown, and there is another kill. The red team with so much momentum, but now the Vikings are moving in up at the top. 58% on that core. They are pressured back, and now the Vikings are just moving. Well, they are attacking the wall. God knows why, but that cost Eric his life. Was it worth it? Hashtag value wall? I don't know. There goes the kill. Both of the remaining Vikings, they die. Not only lost, but also taken out. And the blue team, they are now the ones who really have to start to get their act together. They haven't really won a team fight in ages. The thing is, they don't really have to. The only thing that they have to do is to somehow turn in 24 coins. Well, easier said than done. Especially since now suddenly it is the red team that is finally starting to turn in a few more coins on their own. And that might be a keep in the mid lane. Actually, like one of the towers, nah, it's not going to really be a keep. So even though those fights were really going in favor of the red team, this is not like they can just end the game. They can't even kill a keep at this point. going in and being as aggressive as they needed to be for that is probably not the best recipe here. And already coins taken. The blue team, they really have to take a breather, you know, like things were just getting a bit too chaotic. They had good opportunities here, so they just have to sit back and say like, alright boys, we got this. We got this. We're losing fights, but it's 20 versus 20. Let's move as 5. Let's coordinate this a bit. If we get a turn in, that's great. If we can somehow pressure them. But they're trying to take camps again. And this one, they're not going to get it. It's stolen away by the red team. Zadira is trying to more, but Illidan is already in. And goodbye, Zagara. So Zagara already down. Mother Teresa is probably going to get away here. Is trying to rush away, but that also creates, of course, some space on the map. Moses is moving in, and he's not here to split water. Nope, he's trying. Well, actually, he is not really water, but at least the ground. So he is going to die, though. Unfortunate for him. Melandrill is getting that kill, but we have now 8. Ooh, we have actually like 10 coins on Tyrael. And keep in mind that Tyrael has a lot of mobility talents that he has taken here. So there's a lot of talents that are going to speed him up. The mid lane has been attacked. That keep is nearly down, but it's not dead just yet. So all of those lanes are still pressuring against the red team. And it looks like we're having the Vikings again on the map. And the red team, they have to be careful. They can't just simply go and YOLO. If somebody backdoors them, then they are in trouble, and they know that. So they always have to watch the minimap. A good push at the bot lane, though, is starting to apply some pressure to another keep of the blue team. Up here, the Vikings, once again, I guess you can call it creating space. Other people were calling it suicide, and I guess it's a little bit of both. But they definitely force red team players back. And that allows another turn in the mid lane. 10 coins turned in. So that created some space. It sacrificed the Vikings, of course, but at least 2 of the heroes that we're seeing for the blue team are able to turn in the coins in the mid lane. And that's all that they have to do. Create that space. Turn those coins in. 14 coins still on the side of the red team, by the way. And their turn-ins are a lot cheaper at this point. Tyrael is trying to get away here, and he probably will. Well, as I'm saying that, if Elandrill and Eso get a hold of him, then he might be in trouble. And yeah, he's moving away there. It's actually like really nice how he uses the movements on the map. But in this case, I'm not quite sure if he's really going to get away. Yeah, no, that's too much. That's too much. Tyrael is Tyrael is pulling a Celine Dion here. Time to say goodbye, and down he goes. But we still have more coins now for the blue team. They're getting those. And up here, it's still those big pushes, those lanes coming in and pressuring the red team. But they finally get another turn in there. They have the coins and they turn them in. And this is going to be the first keep that the red team takes down. They are on level 25. We're nearly half an hour into the game. And in terms of experience, the red team is doing great right now. If they would have played like this from the beginning, they would have won this game ages ago. But they just took so long to finally get their flow, to get their momentum going. And now they have, or they always have to be like afraid that they are getting backdoored here. And Zadira is putting that fear into them. Already moving in here once again, starting to rotate down. Of course, Zadira is going to die, but can they maybe get a few turn-ins to capitalize on that? There's Mother Teresa waiting in the mid lane with 4 coins. Down here we have the Vikings going for another camp. They are just trying to play PvE right now. It's all about the objectives. It's all about the coins. Get 1 in, that's all you need. The keep here, by the way, is nearly done. So that would be the second keep that falls in favor of the red team, but that's the turn in. 4 more coins. They need 8 more coins to win this game. 8 more coins. Make that 6. In come the Vikings. Over here, another 2 potential coins up at the top lane. The red team is going to try and go for boss. This is getting close. There are not a lot of coins on the map right now. They have to wait for the camps to respawn. But all those camps that they take are also pressuring down the bot lane, and that's where Muradin is trying to do something about it. But he's already being attacked now by 2 of the siege giants and the catapults. He needs to get away. Boss is taken. He's going to finish off that keep for sure. But look at the turn in here. That's another 2 coins there. 4 more coins. That's all that they need. And there's 2 more. This is going to be 2 coins that the blue team is missing. 2 coins is all that they need to win this game right now, to end it. At the same time, though, we're having the red team just doing a great job. They have only 4 kills, but 4 coins, but 30 kills. That boss at the top top. He is going to go for a core. That much is already certain. And here comes the Dira. No coins for it just yet. There are the 2 coins. Those are the 2 coins that they need. The boss at the top takes the keep, goes straight for the turn-in, or straight for the core. Oh, great play by Illidan. Uses Metamorphosis, jumps in and denies the turn-in. The attempted kill against Thrall, and he goes down Zadira and Tyrell. They're all there. Zadira already dead. Zagara is down. The red team just preventing that in the last second. They would have lost them the game, but Tyrell still has the coins. The boss, on the other hand, is starting to threaten that core. He's going full ham here. 60%, 56%. It's lower than the red team's core right now, and the red team is still pushing down here. The core down to 34%. Whoa, only the Vikings trying to take him down. That was probably not enough. 2 more coins. That's what the blue team needs. 18 it is for the red team. And even if they get a turn in, it's not even going to finish the core. The keep is still in life at the bot lane. They're trying to move in right now. They're still waiting here. Oh, chest spawning on the map now as well. Yakir is already there. They're rotating again. Illidan, he wants to go for the turn-in point. But the rest of the red team is down to the bot lane. Abathur is just like, he's burrowing all over the place. He's going back to Mama, back to the Nexus, back home, and is trying to use his symbiote the entire time. Looking at the damage numbers here, but 97,000 damage against heroes already by Illidan. Here comes the judgment, but Elandril is there. Turn-ins from the red team. They're trying to get the turn-ins here. We have once again an attempt to take Tyrael down. Tyrael with his 2 coins is rushing away. The Vikings are moving in. They have 2 coins. They have the 2 coins that they need. The blue team is in trouble though, as the red team is starting to move in. And there it is. The turn-in is completed. The core is gonna fall. The core is gonna fall. The turn-in starts. Oh my god, did they do it? Here comes Mother Teresa going down. The shots are fired quite literally. The Vikings are rushing in. The red team is starting to move in now too. They're starting to go for the YOLO here apparently. They're trying to end it as well. The point, oh my god, look at that. The longbow is starting to do the damage. 43% of the core for the red team. At the same time on the left side of the map, we have the blue team being attacked too. 31%, 21%. The shots are coming in. The shots, there are no more shots. 7-4. This is the kill. The kill. And oh my god, I can't believe it. The shot comes a second too late, and the blue team loses. The red team wins the match, wins the game in the last second. What a finish!
1% on that core, 1% on the core, and just as the blue team is about to finish the game, the red team rushes over and kills the core, ends the game. And about a second later, those 2 cannon shots move in. It was absolutely crazy, a photo finish that we had right there, and there was just basically a second, 1 split second that was between the blue team and a victory. But the red team, they take it, and I actually think that the Vikings, or maybe even Zagara, might have been able to deliver the last hit to the core of the red team to finish the game in their favor, but that was absolutely insane. In the middle of the game, suddenly everything just completely went crazy. There was no strategy anymore. It was just a massive brawl. The blue team scrambling to get more coins to turn them in, somehow trying to sneak past the opponent to the turn-in point. And at the end of the game, it is actually the blue team that just realizes, hey guys, we are dead. They just turned in the coins. We need to do something. Let's YOLO go for that core and try to take it down. And they did. So pretty fun game, really action-packed. Thanks again for everybody who played in the match. And the people who sent it to me, was really happy to cast that because it was intense. I hope that you guys enjoyed the cast and that you enjoyed the match itself. If you did, you know the drill, give the video a thumbs up on YouTube. If you have any questions, anything you want to say about the game, use the comment function on YouTube and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Guys, thank you very much for watching today. I'm going to see you with more Heroes of the Storm on the channel in the near future. Have a good one. Bye-bye.